What if you bring in the best CDM expert in the entire world with excellent data analysis skills and then multiply him by 1000? Why 1000? Let's multiply him to 10,000. So the power of 10,000 experts. Okay. And now all of them combined together and we give it to a beginner who is just getting started in CDM. Imagine his efficiency. He or she will be able to do things which normally other regular beginner CDM experts could not. So basically what we are looking at is a situation where the efficiency of beginner level CDM experts as well as advanced level CDM experts gets multiplied by 100,000 times. And that is a clear winner. The topic of today's video, that is what we call it as AI in CDM. So we all know what is CDM, right? CDM is backbone. We can call it as a backbone of clinical trial. And 2026 is the pivotal moment for CDM. AI and machine learning is transforming every aspect of clinical data management. And this is not just something which is from the future, it's already happening. 72% of the organizations in CDM today are integrating AI in their process. Now that means as an audience, as a job seeker, as a biotech professional, life science and pharma professional, you have excellent job opportunity here. But first, let us understand the demand, supply, and how do you get in. So already, of course, CDM, the demand for clinical trials is growing. So the demand of clinical data management professionals is growing. But data integrity, data noise, all of that has always been a problem, right? So now if you go in as a fresher or experienced candidate with AI in CDM, your chances of getting a 10 LPA job as a fresher is very, very high. Companies like Parexel, like various other companies in clinical research and clinical data management will straight away hire you, right? And the best part, you can earn crores because you can work from home for US-based clinical research companies sitting in India. Now, how do you do that? What is exactly AI in CDM? Let us dive in and find out what exactly you should be knowing. We all know that CDM is the backbone of clinical trials. We also know that it ensures that the patient data is collected across thousands of sites accurately, completely, and in a compliant manner as per the regulations of FDA. Now, it also means that what used to happen earlier, the manual paper trial or the CRFs or the rule-based edit checks and enormous human effort which was going in had scope for human error. And that means traditional EDC systems were designed primarily for structured data and static workflows. Now, enter the core problem. The core problem has been that always capturing data became difficult. It was manual. So with AI, we can automate this. How can we automate? AI can pull and structure data from EHRs and drive sources that human would spend weeks recollecting. What happens with regular ADC and HR machines is we are looking at a system which is like acting like a typewriter of 1960s, right? Automated data capture solves that. But there was another problem which we were facing with manual data capture, and that was data not being accurate and data cleaning required a lot of effort. Now, AI-powered algorithms can detect anomalies, inconsistencies, and missing values in real time. Industry has reported so far that AI automation has reduced data cleaning by up to 50%. And that's a game changer because we are talking about jumping the process by 2 times faster. So that is one benefit. Now, the next thing what we are seeing is adverse event prediction. AI systems can monitor incoming data and predict a potential adverse event before they occur. It can analyze, it can it can look at the lab values and look at the predictions and tell you that these are the signs and symptoms, and the patient report it can analyze and tell you there is a possible adverse event which is going to happen, so you can protect it or you can analyze it better. So that is one benefit you are getting. Now, on the top of it, you are getting a large language model or a natural language processing for unstructured data. So let me remind you, clinical research has been here for last, I think, 50, 60 years. So that means all that data can now be analyzed using natural language processing, large language models, and AI can read the clinical codes and the clinical narratives, medical notes, and free text fields that traditional systems have earlier created, and then it can interpret from the traditional data also. It's not that the traditional data it cannot read, because AI can read handwriting also today. Best part is it is protocol compliant and it is constantly monitoring, and it can flag the deviation in real time rather than finding them months later, right? So I'll give you examples. So we were sitting with a client and he asked how exactly we are doing it faster, and when we demonstrated AI in CDM, he went ahead and gave us his entire contract for the next 3 years. Yes, for the entire 3 years contract for CDM we received from our client, because when we demonstrated how AI can save time, they were like, we can do this even better with Biotechnica, and they gave us that contract. Now very soon we are going to ourselves hire for this particular contract once the contract is signed. So now the question is, where exactly this paradigm shift is happening? Unlike the old methods, this is a deterministic method. This is earlier methods were depending on predefined rules. The AI can adjust the rules to understand the parameters and come up with outcomes based on probabilities and prediction and past data also. It can analyze vast data sets which human mind cannot interpret, and it can refine and help you understand what exactly is happening. Now the best part, it all happens with human in the loop. So the human is constantly observing, human is constantly correcting if the AI goes wrong. So if the AI is getting hallucination, you can always come into picture. And that is why AI will not completely replace humans in CDM. It will just augment, it will assist, it will improve the efficiency. So what this means for you as a life science and biotech and pharma professional or a CDM professional is the role of CDM is changing, it is shifting, it is evolving. And whenever the industry shifts or evolves, new opportunities are created. Old people get retired and the new generation with new techniques are hired faster. So what we are looking at is organizations who are hiring AI and CDM professionals now. Traditional boundaries are going away and companies and organizations are now adapting to technological change, and the pure traditional CDM roles are getting sidelined with new AI literacy which is required. And that AI literacy is not just ChatGPT or cloud, it is real EDC, AI powered EDC and EHS, which you will be working on. Now the question is, how do you learn all of this? Well, that is a solution I am here to give you. Biotechnica is starting a complete training program for AI in CDM. The details are given in the description. You can learn that and then you can get placed, because we place our own students into these companies. Of course, we are also starting our own clinical data management arm very, very soon. So we might absorb you directly also. Now, the best part is AI is not replacing CDM professionals. It is enhancing the skills, enhancing the efficiency. So you will not go out of business, out of fashion. Instead, you will have better efficiency. You will get hired faster. And with new contracts popping up, new clinical research sites opening up, we are looking at a data explosion which only AI-powered CDM professionals can handle. Now, the question to be asked is, are you ready? If the answer is yes, then you can click the link in the description, chat with our scientists and professionals on WhatsApp. You can also reach out to me at shekhar@biotechnica.org if you have more questions about AI in CDM. And if in case you are a company who is looking to enhance their current CDM process, please reach out to us, because we are in process of launching our own AI in CDM software and EHS and EDC softwares, which will enhance the process which you already have. So for all the people who are looking to learn AI in CDM, for all the companies who are looking to incorporate AI in their process, please reach out to me at shekhar@biotechnica.org. Now, for all those who are thinking that CDM is something which you don't require, CDM is the best way to get work from home jobs from foreign companies. Okay, like Premier Research USA, like par excel, 60% of their workforce today is working from home. That's the best part. They are visible in more than 80 countries. They're running clinical research, but most of their CDM professionals are working from home. That is the best part. So if you learn CDM, chances of winning the world of clinical research is very, very fast. The chances of getting a job, which is a data analysis job using AI, is very simple. And today, data analysis also is very simple using AI. So what are you looking for? Click the link in the description and reach out to us if you have any questions. See you soon in the next one. Till then, keep shining. Take care. Bye-bye.